Hey, what's up guys? Miguel here from Toy Quest 101, and on this episode of That Geek Statue Show, we're going to continue down the Sideshow premium format line because on this episode, we're going to be unboxing the Mandalorian and Grogu premium format figure from our friends over at Sideshow. That episode is going to start right now. Hey, what's up guys? Miguel here, back again with another episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. Now, like I mentioned before, we are continuing down the Sideshow premium format figure line, and we are super excited because if you joined us in the past, our last episode, we unboxed and reviewed the Ahsoka Tano premium format figure, and she was absolutely amazing. And a couple episodes ago, we did the Cara Dune premium format figure, and that turned out to be an amazing piece as well. But on today's episode, we have the Mandalorian and Grogu premium format figure from our friends over at Sideshow. Now, before we start, we want to remind you guys, subscribe to Toy Quest 101, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any toy reviews, statue unboxings, or any celebrity guests that might pop up on our show. Now, I'm really pumped up because this box is humongous. I did not realize how big this box is, so that gets me even more excited to unbox and review this for you guys because this is one of the most popular characters nowadays from Star Wars, and that is the Mandalorian and Grogu, and they are both here in this figure, and this thing is massive, so I cannot wait to jump right into it. But as always, let's start with the box. As you can see, it's a pretty big box, but in the front, you're gonna see the statue of the Mandalorian and Grogu, which looks really neat. And on the back, you're gonna see a close-up and some art here of the figure. And man, this looks really, really good. I love that picture. It really tells you a story and it tells you what this statue is gonna be all about. So let's get to unboxing it. what's up guys? Welcome back. And as you can see, the Mandalorian and Child are out of the box and on the turntable, and he looks pretty impressive. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the box was a little deceiving because it was so big, but I could tell you the reason for it is because a lot of the parts on the Mandalorian call for bigger packaging because of the size and the way they are sculpted. Now, let's talk about the assembly a little bit before we dive into this review. As you just seen, the assembly was in a bit of a particular order because in the back of the Mandalorian, he is carrying his rifle, and that does have to be put on first before you put this giant cape. And then later on, you do have to put Grogu on the cape. Now let's talk about Grogu, because one of the questions that I was curious about myself was the fact that this cape is leaning towards the right, which creates movement, and I love that. But you do have Grogu, which is a little bit of a big piece on the cape, and it is held on by one peg. Now I could tell you from having it in hand that the Grogu prom is very light. So this part right here, the statue where Grogu is very light, and it does not hold any type of weight where it's gonna cause this cape to go ahead and break or lean or anything like that. So I was really impressed with that, really curious, but again, this does not carry that much weight, so it is safe. And again, it does create an amazing diorama with these two characters. So if you were on the fence or curious about that, I don't think there's anything to worry about because this was done properly. Now, let's start with this review. As always, the base looks pretty cool. It's a simple base. Looks like a moon rock base, right? It fits the character. You gotta have a lot of cracks here. The browns, the color paints are really, really good. Yeah, it just looks like a desert rock. Nothing crazy, but they did a good job with it. The sculpt's really good. Like I said, a lot of cracks and stuff. It looks all beat up and stuff. Does look like it's a planetary rock, which looks good, but it does fit the character. Now let's talk about the Mandalorian himself. I really love the way this statue is. This is not a simple statue by all means. I know a lot of people look at it being basic, but for me, I love it because it's creating movement. As you can see, the Mandalorian is walking, and you see that his torso is kind of turned the other way to create that motion for this still statue. And of course, we talked about the cape a little bit, creating that movement because it is blowing off to the side, which I absolutely love when statues do that because it does create movement. I love the way he's posed because he is, like I said, walking, and it creates that motion and it tells a story. So I really love this about this piece. It's really something to look at. And I think it'll look great with the other premium format figures that we have unboxed and reviewed, like the Ahsoka Tano as well. Being next to this statue will look absolutely amazing, and Cara Dune on the other side. What a trio to have in your collection. Now, this has a limited ES of 7,500, and this statue is about 20 inches tall. So like I said, the box was a little deceiving, but either way, this statue looks really, really good. Now let's talk about the Mandalorian, man. I love his Beskar armor. It is weathered. It has a silver tint to it, just like you see in the series, and it looks really, really good. So he is battle worn, weathered, which fits the character, and the sculpt is really good. Like I said, now his torso's turning because he's creating that walking movement, and you can see the pants here all sculpted. There's a lot of wrinkles and stuff, and it really looks like it's leather, even though it is a sculpted material. You're gonna see his belt buckles and pouches and stuff all over his pants. Of course, his belt buckle, like I just mentioned, and of course the harness across his chest that's holding his bullets and holding the rifle in the back. All look really good, really look leather. The color applications make it look like it's leather as well. But you're gonna see a lot of little details here on the shoes, all the way up to his gauntlets right here, where he shoots his weapon. And you're gonna see a lot of the the bombs that he has here on the belt as well. Man, a lot of different little details. He has his blaster as well on the side. His one hand is open, his other hand is creating a fist. I love that it's open because it's almost like he's ready to grab his blaster just in case any predators come to attack them. But this looks absolutely amazing. I really like it, man. I know there's a lot of different interpretations of this statue. I think the Sideshow premium format one is probably the nicest one. that I've seen in person. This is why I wanted to unbox it and review it for you guys today. Let's talk about this portrait. Now, the Mandalorian himself, I love the Beskar helmet. It looks nice. It has that gloss to it. It's also weathered. It looks identical to the series, so I really like what they did here. They paid attention to the details, and they really paid attention to everything that he needs to have to really fit the character just like it did in the series. You're gonna see the Mudhorn siglet right here on the side of his Beskar armor on his shoulder pad, which is definitely something you cannot miss, so they did include that. Now let's talk about Grogu, or the child. I love the hovering pram right here. It looks really good. Like I said, there's not a lot of weight to it. Now, I was a little curious too, because usually smaller portraits come out not that great, right? But the portrait for Grogu looks really, really good. He looks cute as could be. He's there, very curious, right up in the front of the prom. And he just looks absolutely amazing. He looks curious, his eyes are wide open, his ears are to the side. I love the sculpt, not only in the portrait, but in his little outfit as well. You're gonna see the wrinkles here, the big collar like you do see in the episode. And of course, right here, his wrists look really good. He's got his little fingers on the prom. And the prom itself is also weathered, so it does match the character. I'm glad that they continued that weathering throughout the entire statue. But man, he looks really, really good. He's cute as can be, curious. And of course, you got the Mandalorian walking very serious as can be. But this is a really good statue. I love the way they put it all together. The weathering throughout the statue looks good. Grogu's sculpt looks amazing. Again, the way you assemble this is a little different, but again, when you see the video, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. And of course, you're gonna see that there's not that much weight to this hovering prom here, which was something that I was curious about and worried about. But everything about this statue looks good. Again, if you look at the back, you're gonna see his rifle sticking out, which I thought that was also cool. But man, this is great. Look at the tread on the boots here. It's lifted up like to, you know, create that walking illusion as well. I really love this statue, guys. If this is something that you guys are looking or curious about to have in your collection, this is definitely one to get as well. Like I said, we reviewed 3 premium format figures from the Mandalorian series, and they all will look amazing next to each other. I can't wait to do that in our display. Now, all the links in the bio of the video are gonna be in that bio for you guys if you wanted to get this for your collection. We'll have all 3 of the premium format figures that we did: Ahsoka Tano, Cara Dune, and of course now we have the Mandalorian and Grogu as well. Guys, let us know what you think about this statue in the comments if you already have it. Let us know what questions you might have if you're curious, or if now you're gonna get it because of this video. Guys, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe to get more content like this. And of course, as always, you guys could follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to Toy Quest 101. We'll see you guys on another episode. Bye, guys.